Good morning, or good afternoon. How are you, ladies? I hope you're doing well. I wanted to host this mini masterclass for you this morning because here we are in Q4, right? And I know for many of us, it's been a tough year, but I also know that it's not too late. It's not too late to end this year feeling great about yourself and your business and how you showed up. And so, one thing that I have been hearing from a lot of women that I talk to is, asking me, like, how do I build that stamina, that resilience, that grit to keep showing up? And it's not even just about showing up in your business, but it's about showing up in your marketing too, right? So that's what I want to talk with you about today. And in case we don't know each other yet, my name's Melissa Kellogg Lewick, and I'm a marketing coach and consultant for women entrepreneurs. And I have been doing this work for 20 years. I've been building my own business for 20 years. And so I know what this entrepreneurial journey is like. I always say it's like the personal growth journey that we never asked for, right? So here we are, my friends. And whether this has been a tough year for you or a great year for you, um, I know you're going to get something out of what I have to share with you today, because we all have good days. We all have bad days. We all want to grow our capacity and our capability to show up bigger for ourselves and our businesses and for our communities, our families. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I have some notes here. Um, so, when you are, so the problem that I often see, and what a lot of women will ask me about, is that, how do you keep showing up? How do you keep going when things are hard, right? And what some people may often think that I would say, oh, well, it's about just staying positive and, um, creating that positive attitude. And yes, that's part of it. But, and I think oftentimes what happens when we are having a tough time in our life, in our business, if we've got a relationship breakup, or, you're dealing with family issues and illness and diagnoses, whatever, these things come up for all of us, right? We all have things happen in our lives. We all have circumstances and situations that are happening. And so a lot of times what happens is, yes, we're not going to give up on our business, or we might feel like it sometimes, right? But we're not going to give up on our business. But oftentimes it's hard to show up in our marketing, right? We feel like we have to be positive, and we can't go out and be marketing if we're not feeling positive. And we don't want to be sharing our problems. That's not attractive to clients and money, whatever. And that's not necessarily true, right? I mean, yeah, you don't have to go and air all of your dirty laundry at all times, but there is something to be said for being real. And so in these times, how do you continue? How do you continue, for not just for your business, but how do you continue to show up in your marketing? And so really what it takes is having perspective. And what that means is, I want you to remember that no matter what is happening in your life, in your business, no matter how this year is going, or whether it's going well, going not, you are not your circumstances. You are not the situation that you're in, right? You also are not your thoughts, right? You always get to choose, and what you choose creates your reality. So I want to give you some permission. Has always been helpful for me, and just encourage you to be real about where you're at. Be real that this time is hard. Be real that this year has been difficult. Be real that the circumstances swirling around you are feeling overwhelming. You can be real about that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Because what that does is it allows us to connect with our truth, right? Connect with the truth of what's going on around us. And so you can acknowledge the hard, but that doesn't mean you have to get swallowed up in the hard, right? Because also you get to choose how you want to experience your life and your business, even in the hard. You still get to choose what you want to think and what you want to feel about the hard times and the difficulties. And when we do that, that's what helps us build stamina, resilience, and grit. And so I just kind of jumped in, right? Say hello if you are with me today. I'm really glad to see you all here, and thank you so much for coming and being with me. I just, as I was preparing for this, I was having a cup of coffee, and here's my cup of coffee, and reading through my notes, and I just got so fired up. So then, good morning, Monique. And then when I turned on the camera, I just was like ready to roll. So that's what's happening. But what I first want to do is define for you what stamina, resilience, and grit mean. So stamina is the strength to stay in the game, to keep showing up with purpose and energy, even when the path gets long. It's not about never getting tired or overwhelmed or whatever we might be going through. It's about fueling yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically so that you can go the distance in pursuit of what matters most to you. So that's stamina. Resilience is your ability to rise, to adapt, to keep moving forward, even after challenges, setbacks, or detours. It's like you just keep getting up and you keep going, right? It's the, I don't know where it comes from, but that saying that you fall down 6 times and you get up 7, right? It's the inner knowing that every obstacle creates wisdom and that you have the power to turn adversity into growth. And then grit is the fierce, passionate determination to keep believing, keep working, and keep leading, even when the results aren't immediate, right? That's the grit. It's just kind of like in the arena. I think of Brene Brown. If you guys are Brene Brown fans, in the arena of, I'm getting bloodied and getting slapped around by my circumstances, but I still get up. Good morning, Leela. Good to see you. So that's what we're working towards. That's what we want to keep thinking about, the stamina, the resilience, the grit to keep going, right? And we're talking about Q4 today, but this is at all times in our business, right? So how do we do that? I have 7 steps for you today. And it really is about intentionally creating the experience that you want to have while you're in the hard. You get to create that experience. We can't control the circumstances, the situations we might find ourselves in. We can't always control those, but what we can control is our experience in them. We get to choose, do we want to use this hard to build us up, to make us stronger, or do we want to let it tear us down? Do we want to be stuck and stagnant in these times, or do we want to rise? And if we want to rise, we have that choice. And that is hard but it is possible and you can do hard things. Okay. So what do you have to do? I have 7 steps for you today. I think there's 7. But number 1 is, and I have my little cards. You have to know what you desire, right? When you're in the hard, the challenges are always our invitation for growth, right? So if you're in a hard time, it is your invitation for growth. Do you want the growth? What do you desire? Do you want to overcome this? Do you want to learn how to get better, to improve, right? What is your desire? And be able to state it. I most desire to build $1 million business or whatever it is. I most desire, for me, it's like I most desire to help thousands and thousands of women create freedom through entrepreneurship. I really desire that. And I really, well, that's what I desire. What do you desire? Share with me if you want to. Okay. So first you got to know what you desire. Are you up for this? Do you want to accept this challenge? Because in the challenge is the growth, but you have to have the desire to walk through it, right? It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard. It doesn't mean that, yeah, you desire it, but it's like me with I'm started a new workout challenge this month in October. And do I always feel like putting on my workout clothes and going and lifting? No. Day in and day out, I don't feel like it, but I really desire to build the strength and the longevity in my body through growing my muscles, right? So that I really desire. So I'm ready for the challenge. Okay. And then number 2 is you got to choose what you want to believe, right? So there's always a decision point where, and this can happen daily, can happen moment by moment. We always have an opportunity to decide what we want to believe about a circumstance. So say, for example, you have had, your revenue is half of what you wanted it to be by this point in the year. And so you get to choose. So that's a circumstance, right? That's just a fact. You had a goal of 100K and it's now 50K. And you wanted it to be at 100K, right? By this time of the year, and it's not. So that's a fact. You get to decide what you want to believe about that circumstance, right? Do you want to believe that, it's because of the economy, or it's because I am terrible at what I do? I shouldn't be in this work. I'm the worst. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, are those things you really want to believe? Whether they're true or not, you get to decide what you most want to believe, right? What do you most want to believe about the work, about that desire that you have? So for me, I most want to believe that there are thousands and thousands of women that want to learn marketing so that they can spread their message, spread their impact, and make more money, right? I really want to believe that. And I do believe that. But you have to decide that of what you want to believe about your circumstance. Okay. Okay. And then, so you know what you desire, and we always have that opportunity to decide what we want to believe. And then what we want to believe about the circumstance, and what we want to believe, what we want to make it mean about us. I think that's really an important point, is what do we want to make this circumstance mean about us? Do I want to make it mean that I suck at being an entrepreneur and I don't know how to sell and I don't know how to market? Is that going to serve us? Is that really going to make us better? Right? So choose your beliefs carefully, right? And then once you choose, and this is a moment by moment daily thing. I do this daily, right? And so once you know what you want to believe, you need to build that belief daily. right? Build your belief, nurture your belief daily. So this takes practice, and I do this every day. I am examining where my belief is every day. Um, I examine, and really what that is for me is journaling. Like I will basically just do a brain dump of everything that's going on in my mind. I will get it out on paper. It helps me to gain that perspective, to step back and look at what's on the paper and be like, oh, is this really what I want to believe today? Is this empowering? Is this going to keep me in action and keep me going towards, is this going to feed my stamina and my resilience and my grit? And if the answer is no, then it's my invitation to change those thoughts, right? So examine where your belief is lacking. Listen to the doubts. I know so often we feel like we want to um, resist the negativity or resist the doubt. Don't resist it. Listen to it, because whatever you resist will persist, right? You've heard that before. So don't resist that negativity. Listen to it, write it all out. Those are all doubts that are coming up, and it's okay. It's okay to have doubt. We're all going to have doubts. So listen to the doubt, but then what I want you to do is have a defense argument. It's like in a courtroom, right? So the doubt is like playing the part of the prosecution. And it's telling you, you shouldn't be doing this, you suck, this is never going to work, or whatever the doubts are saying, right? But then you've got to give airtime to the defense. What does the defense say? Because there are beliefs also inside of you, thoughts also inside of you that can defend against every single one of those doubts. So identify those and decide to spend more time thinking those thoughts from the defense, right? So yeah, we spend a lot of time thinking about all the ways that this isn't going to work, but there's also ways that it is going to work, that it could work, that it could all work out, that this could be a success. There's reasons for that too. So just decide, I want to spend more time with those thoughts that are for the defense, right? And it's almost like you become skilled at selling yourself on your doubts. And when you do that, it actually translates really well to being in sales situations and sales conversations. When people bring up objections or doubts to working with you, you're like, oh, this is no problem. I can explain it to you because I have explained this to myself, 100 times over, right? And so once you do that, when you have taken the opportunity to gain the perspective, decide what you want to be thinking and believing, you will inevitably, if you've really examined the doubts and have a comeback for them, you will inevitably feel a shift in your energy. And for me, it's like that happens pretty quickly. And in floods a lot of ideas and creativity will start to flow, right? And so when you feel that energy shift, you're going to create your energy shift. So when you've created your energy shift, I want you to turn your focus to the people that can most benefit and most be served by your work, right? So once you feel that energy shift, think about the people that you serve. What are they going through? Maybe they're going through the same thing you are right now, right? And who's the one, or what's the one person or client experiencing right now that could use your support? And so then once you turn that outward, then it's a great time to create your action plan and do it, right? So once you've powered up and you feel energized and you feel that shift, then, and you're feeling purposeful and determined, right? And you feel those creative ideas coming through. I'm just looking at my notes. Then I want you to ask yourself, what is the most important marketing or outreach or connection activities that I could do today? And think about 3 ways that will create connection, number 1, that will, number 2, serve your people, and number 3, allow you to make an offer for someone to work with you, right? So that's how we build up the stamina, build up this resilience and grit to keep showing up in our marketing. It all starts inside. It all starts with the inside work and then goes to the outside, right? That's how we take it from the inside. We create that connection. We overcome those doubts. We answer back those doubts, right? And then we feel that energy shift. And if you fall back and get into doubt and fear, you just repeat this process over and over, right? You build that belief up again. You can write out all the doubts, come up with a argument for the defense for every single one of them, pretend you're the lawyer in the courtroom, right? And then you do that until you feel that energy shift. And then you think about the people that you serve, think about the work that you do and the power of that work. And then that will spark those ideas, right? And you have to repeat it as much as needed. Some days, I can get up in the morning, do this work in the morning, and I'm ready to roll for the day. And some days it's like I have to do it, multiple times, minute by minute. Is like, okay, I'm fighting the doubt today. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't resist it. Just overcome it. Right? Okay. And then we reinforce our mindset daily. I'm trying to get it straight. We reinforce our mindset daily. And so this is the cherry on the cake, the cherry on top of the sundae, right? Is at the end of each day, you can lock in the growth, and the growth in your stamina, the growth in your resilience, the growth in your grit by doing one thing before you go to bed. You're going to make a list. You're going to list out 3 wins for the day. And it could be personal, could be business. Sometimes the win is I woke up today, or I have breath in my lungs, right? Sometimes the win is I made a bunch of money today, and I signed on new clients. Whatever the win is, list 3 of them. Then I also want you to list 3 joys of your day and 3 things you're grateful for. And at the very least, your 3 wins. But if you really want to turbo, your progress, do your 3 wins, your 3 joys, and your 3 gratitudes. And then you get to lay your head on the pillow at night, feeling like a winner, feeling joyful, and feeling gratitude, which are very high vibration feelings, energy, and you get to go to sleep that way. I have a lot of clients that do this, and they swear by it. I have had clients tell me they sleep better. So, which I can understand, but I do this every single night. At the very least, I'll do my 3 wins. And then it's beautiful because you get to go back on Friday or Saturday, whenever you look back and evaluate your week. You get to go back through all the wins of the week and pick out your top 3 or 5 for the whole week. And then at the end of the month, when you're evaluating your month, you can go back and look at all the wins from all the weeks. And it really helps you to see the progress. It helps to build this stamina, build this resilience, and keep you gritty, right? So as we wrap up, if you put this process and these 7 steps into practice, you will grow in your stamina. and your resilience and your grit, not only for the fourth quarter, but for all the quarters after that. You will show up and create connection because you'll be connected and compassionate with yourself first, and then connected and authentic when you go out and market and talk to people, right? Because you're real. You're real with yourself. And when you're real with yourself, you can be real with others. You're so welcome. Thank you. Thanks, Monique. And then your capacity to do hard things will grow, which means you can show up in bigger ways. You can, your marketing capability and your energy will be much more effective, right? And you will be able to tap into your infinite energy. I believe that this connection and this aliveness, this realness, helps us to tap into that infinite energy that we all have inside of us. And as a beautiful consequence, your business will grow. Your clients, your attraction of clients will grow. People will want to be in your space, in your energy, in your world because of this connection, because of the realness, because you are in touch with the hard and also the joy. And that's how you go out into the world. And that's how you can show up just as yourself, just as who you are, and show up powerfully. It's very attractive, right? And so if you would love a space to be heard and seen, no matter what's going on in your life and in your business, if you want that mindset of stamina and resilience and grit to make Q4 successful and all the quarters after that, and plus the strategy to actually to know what to actually do as a result, the actual marketing things to do, right? I want to invite you to schedule a free discovery call with me. I would love to be with you, hear all about what's going on in your life and your business, and help you to really connect with your stamina, your resilience, the grit I know you have inside you. And then let's develop a plan to really get you into action to make Q4 great and all the quarters after that. And also, I am going to be back here each week teaching you another marketing power up on Wednesday morning, same time, same place. And so I hope you join me. I loved having you all here. Thank you so much for being here. And for all of you that catch this in replay, #replay, thank you for being here as well. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, please feel free to reach out to me, either post them with this video or you can direct message me anytime, reach out to me anytime. Also, I'm going to put the link if you would like to schedule a discovery call. I'm going to put that link in the chat. Copy the link. Leela, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and you're so welcome. I'm so glad you came today. And so I hope this was helpful and meaningful to you. And I want to just let you know, I believe in you. I believe in the work that you're doing in the world. And I want to support you in that. So whatever way I can support you, I'm here for that. I will be here showing up for you each week. And I'm also here for you one-on-one. I would love to meet with you personally and give you the hope and give you the support, the marketing support that you need to grow your business, grow yourself, become the CEO and the entrepreneur that you dream of. All right. Okay, friends, I got to go. I have a client call coming up and I'm so excited to see her, but I'm going to go prepare, and I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.